Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, it's Waiver Wire Wednesday. Let me give you some names of people that you're going to want to bid on tonight in waivers. Okay, most of the high stakes leagues have waivers on Wednesday night. Some of the home leagues have it on Tuesday night. Personally, I like it on Wednesday night. So if you don't have it that way, get to your commissioner and change it. All right, at quarterback, I'm going to give you 3 guys, and I'm going to give you more guys if you read my article, right? My daily Dr. Roto article that's found at scoutfantasysports.com. But I'm going to give you 3 names right now during this video. The first one, I think he may be on everybody's team already, but let me throw it out there just in case. Jameis Winston. Now, the Bucs are on bye this week. We know that, but sometimes people tend not to bid on guys on waivers who are on bye week, or if they do, they don't bid as much because they're not going to play this week. People like the now. Give me this guy now. I want him now. I get that. But Jameis Winston's going to be a guy who can help you later, like in a week. Do I like Jameis Winston? Not particularly. Do I think he's going to win a Super Bowl? I don't think so. But that being said, if I'm trying to win a fantasy league, he might just help me be able to do that. Now, here's the pros. He loves Cameron Brate, who I'll talk about later. He loves throwing to Mike Evans. He doesn't like throwing to Deshaun Jackson, and he doesn't like throwing to Chris Godwin. So there's good and there's bad with Winston, and you got to take them both, and you know what you have? That's right, the facts of life. I'm just joking. But I'll tell you this, Fitz, you don't have to worry about him. You've got Jameis Winston. Let's bid on him, and let's bid aggressively. Mitch Trubisky. He's probably out there in your league. I know he's out there in a few of mine, but I want you to be a little hesitant with dropping the big number in Trubisky. It was a perfect storm. Playing the Buccaneers, crappy secondary, everything was perfect for them. I don't think Trubisky is that good. I think he's good, don't get me wrong, and he will get better, but I don't think he's that good right now in terms of leading you to a fantasy championship good. Is he mobile? Yes. Can he throw downfield? You bet. Does he make a lot of bad decisions? Yes. Is he accurate? Not at all. So do I think I can win a fantasy championship with Mitch Trubisky? Sure. In 2019 or 2020, I don't think so this year, so I won't bid aggressively on him. The last name I have for you is Blake Bortles. This guy is so troubling because there are weeks like last week where he puts up 388 yards and a couple of touchdowns, and you're like, I love me some Blake Bortles. And then as soon as you invest in Blake Bortles, he puts up a $178, looks terrible, doesn't throw a touchdown, and you're ready to shoot yourself. Then the next week he goes out and gets 340 yards again. So, I mean, it's just very frustrating. I don't mind putting Bortles on my team as a second or third quarterback and streaming him when it feels right. It will feel more right this week against Kansas City because I don't think TJ Yeldon is going to run for 150 yards. He'll do well, but I think they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit against Kansas City too. So do I like Bortles this week? I do. Do I like him all weeks this year? Probably not. All right, at running back, who is Mike Davis? Seriously, who is Mike Davis? He looked really good for the Seahawks. So I'm really caught here with Mike Davis because I feel like I should bid on him, but there's Rashad Penny, who's a first-round pick. There's Chris Carson, who ran the ball like 78 times the last 2 weeks before his injury. How do I invest heavily in Mike Davis? I don't think I do, but I can't not bid on him. So in one of my leagues last night, I bid $100. It's a lot, it was aggressive, but I'm like, look, what if he's their running back? Then I got him at $100. If somebody wants to bid 101, you can have him. So I will bid on Mike Davis, but if you bid more aggressively, you can have Mike Davis. But I'll tell you this, he looked really good. He looked really good. I don't know how you bench that guy after how good he looked the other day. Just mentioning that. Nick Chubb. Hugh Jackson makes his genius comment. I think we need to get Nick Chubb more carries. You think? Oh, my God. I get that Carlos Hyde's not bad, but Nick Chubb is really, really good. See, Hyde, decent. Chubb, star. So I'm stashing and cashing Nick Chubb every day because you know that the second that Carlos Hyde pulls a hammy, has a groin, injures a calf, has a cuticle problem, whatever it is, Nick Chubb going to be $900. So get him now when he costs you a lot less. And then let me throw out another Buccaneer for you, Ronald Jones. Now, Ronald Jones is a terrible pass protect, and he can't catch the football either. But what he can do is run it. And then the Buccaneers are going to need him to run the football. They're going to need him to run the football well enough so Jameis doesn't get killed. So I think Ronald Jones is going to get chances on first and second down. For that very reason, I think he's worth a gamble. He could end up being very good, but he's just not going to be a 3-down back because he can't catch and he can't block. And if you can't do those two things, you don't get to play as much as you need to in the NFL. Okay, at wide receiver, I got 3 for you this week. First is Keke Coutee. Keke Coutee. Yeah, he's from Texas Tech, and he's the perfect slot receiver for the Texans. I had him in one of my dynasty leagues, and I got him in 1 or 2 of my leagues last week, knowing that he was coming back. I was wrong. I didn't get him everywhere last week when I should have. I had the opportunity, and I didn't do it. It was my biggest mistake of the year, and if I don't win big money this year, I will look back on it. I kept Cameron Meredith. I kept Jalen Richard, blah, blah, blah. Now I'd dump them both in a heartbeat for Keke Coutee. I would. Right now, because Keke Coutee should have 4 to 6 catches every game because they're not throwing it to the tight end anymore. Hopkins and Fuller can only do so much, and God forbid Hopkins or Fuller gets injured, Keke Coutee's a dude. So now I've got to wrestle in my brain, how much is he worth? 100, 2, 3, 5? I don't think it's that much, but I think he's worth $100 or $200 bid. So you got to be aggressive. I just don't know the magic number. I think it's going to depend on your league. Somebody in your league is going to overpay. If somebody's going to bid $500-600, you can have him. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm never that guy. But, I mean, he is a very good player. If Taywan Taylor's available in your league, you got to go get him. So last night in my home league, I bid on Coutee and I bid on Taylor. Coutee, I tied with another guy, and I lost out because I was a better team. It sucks to be better sometimes. And then I got Taylor as my backup. He's a good player. He's a really good player. And they need a second receiver there because Corey Davis can only do so much. And now that Rashard Matthews is gone and Delaney Walker's injured, they're going to have to throw the ball either to Tajay Sharp or Taywan Taylor, who looked really good last week. He was 7 for 77 on 9 targets. I think he's the guy there. I think if he's available in your league, you go get him. And then finally, Taylor Gabriel. I'm sure he's probably on your waiver wire because I don't think people were astute enough last week to go get him. But he's going to cost you more. Why? Simply put, Kevin White stinks and Anthony Miller's not 100%. Because of that, Gabriel's going to play. Now, here's the thing about the Bears. They have Jordan Howard. They have Tariq Cohen. They have Trey Burton. They have Allen Robinson. They have Taylor Gabriel. You can't overpay for Gabriel because he's not going to have one of those weeks like he had last week every week. But he's going to be decent, and he's worth a bid. So be in that $100 range for him, maybe a bit more. At tight end, I got 3 names for you. The first name is going to be Cameron Brate. Jameis Winston loves Cameron Brate, and O.J. Howard is out for the next 2 to 4 weeks. With Howard out, Brate plays. He's a great play. I'm playing him in DFS, not this week, next week, but he's just one of those guys that you know, Jameis in the red zone goes to Cameron Brate. Secondly, I think that Tyler Kroft will be the guy instead of C.J. Uzomah. C.J. Uzomah is not a bad player, but Kroft has been there before. He has played with Andy Dalton before. I think there's a rapport there. So if I had to guess, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Tyler Kroft now that Tyler Eifert is done. And then finally, Jeff Swaim. I said last week that Dallas has to get their tight ends and their wide receivers more involved. It just can't be the Zeke show. It's just not good enough. Jeff Swaim is not terrific, but if you're looking for a guy who could go 4 for 40, who might be able to get you a touchdown every third week, which, look, when you're in a deep league, you might need a guy like that. That's not the worst thing. 8 points every week with an upside of 14 every now and then, I'll take it. So if Jeff Swaim is out there, you'll want to look at him as well. All right, 2 things. I need you to go to Scout DFS right now. Hockey starting tonight. Nobody does hockey better than Steve Renner and Rob Garriak. Check it out, hockey on scoutdfs.com. And, of course, Scout Fantasy Sports. Check us out there. Ask us your questions. Listen to our videos. Read our articles. Let us help you win your league. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Back tomorrow with a Thursday preview of the Thursday night game between the Colts and the Patriots. This is Dr. Roto saying be well, take care.